What up, devils? Sensei-tutum here with the EOS weekly update for you. Got the old EOS Bitcoin chart out again, just because it's been a month at least since we've done this, and it's probably time to go ahead and update this chart. So let's go ahead and I just opened it up where I left it last, and I figured I'd just go ahead and do a quick update live for you guys. We're on the 4-hour here. Won't go any lower than that. If anything, go higher. So if we recall, from my previous analysis, I said that we were in an A, B, C to here, and then potential for, it looks like I had a potential flat count on the chart, A, B, C, to make an X wave. And I had it just breaking this channel so that it would be a valid X wave. We had been talking about how this ABC would not really get us to the corrective depth that we really wanted it to, but we wanted to go higher, and what were the scenarios that it could happen, and how was it playing? Well, looks like it's played out as an expanded flat, potentially, just going with the count that we had previously. Everything is held up nicely. Looks like I had drawn it as a regular flat, but let's go ahead and get off the old work and look at the potential expanded flat count here. All right, so we had the B ending here. I would say more likely B ending. Let's see. That actually is just, this actually might just be a double zigzag B and not a 5, 5, 3, 5, 3. This is a 3. Let's see, 5, 3, 5, ABC to here. That feels pretty good. Let's channel that thing. Yeah, it channels beautifully. So, and then does that break this channel? Not quite. Not quite. The C does. So let's measure this out. Let's measure this A, B, and then potential C in here. Because if this was a B and this was, we're looking for an impulse for a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, doesn't really work, does it? Because even though it's wicking, and this is a levered market, the EOS market, even though it's Binance where you can't even short it, no margin, all the exchanges do affect one another. This is overlap, potentially. Let's get down in here. So, yeah, definite overlap. So I don't want to go with some sort of wacky impulse here. ABC, 3. We could go with another ABC here with a slight truncation. A lot of wicking on this market, and this is what you see with alts to Bitcoin. This is not something surprising. This is what you expect to see pretty much. That's not the right color. There we go. So sorry for the less enthusiasm than normal, devils. This is actually a live update for you. Truncated C, not the best, but I think that since we're really focused on the macro here, I think that the best thing to do is go ahead and not mince over it too much. This seems to be a 3-3, and then we've impulsed down, right? So let's not focus on this too much, although there are some issues with, and I'm trying to keep this video relatively short. That's why I'm not digging in too much. We don't break this channel, which we would like to. Let's see. And let's check the relationship of the potential W. It's actually 1.618, which is nice. The inverse of the golden ratio. More than you would expect, but you know, this is crypto. Or did I measure that wrong? I probably measured that wrong. Let's do this again. There we go. Ah, just under 1-to-1. More like it. With a slight truncation at the top. Let's see here. Yep, ended in divergence. All right, so yeah, I'm going to go with A, B, C being put in here. I actually need to do this. And then a C being put in here. And then what appears to be a fairly clear impulse down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So nice clear impulse down. That looks like it could be a bit of an extended fifth. Not really. Right about where you want it. A little long, but yeah. So and then it looks like we've impulsed off the low. If this is not completed, we potentially are in a 4-wave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost violated. Haven't done that. So we could have a completed impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we're focusing on the macro here, so I'm not going to dig into this too much. If it does continue to come down, you could look, if you're trading for the EOS, you could look for a nice high probability wave 2 entry, or you could potentially get a little wave 5 up off of this before you get your wave 2. We'll go with this one for now, just because of the size of this swing relative to this swing. We have really broken that channel. It's hard to say. I 50-50 right now without doing more micro analysis of it, that we go up to here before we correct. But it could be coming down to like the high probability area for wave 2 now. But something like that. And then off we go for a wave 3, Bitcoin versus EOS versus Bitcoin, I should say. Up for the hills here, inverse of the golden ratio. So you'd be looking for something like that. Up to here would be the wave 3 target. Should we come up to here before we come down? A little bit lower. Should we come down from here? Yeah, boys. I think that the macro count pretty good, pretty dead on. Now remember, let's zoom out a little bit more. Where does this leave us? This hasn't changed. We've gone full bull. Well, a lot of us have gone full bull. I have not yet. You guys know what my criteria are. In order to have that happen, we need to have a retest and stand up to it on Bitcoin. But let's just, and the Elliott count does support a bull count here. Obviously, at this point, better than a bear count in Bitcoin. But let's just say that we are in a bull market. And if that is the case, I still expect that EOS is not quite done being in a bear market versus Bitcoin. So what we will have happen after this W and then potential X being put in here is another similar move right up to the hot spot for an X wave or a B wave. So it'll be a 5, 3, 5. Again, let's just draw a line here. Right up into that hot spot between the 382 and the 50%. And then we will have a, just going off probabilities here, guys. No crystal balls. I know a lot of people want a crystal ball, but we just go off probabilities, us Elliott Wave traders and anybody that does technical analysis. So we would not expect to get a 1-to-1 out of that. And we've had such a slowdown of price movement here. I would think that we could potentially, now let's just say we end here, we could end up higher, more into the golden pocket so that this number would come up. But I would say potentially we're looking at like this relationship, a golden ratio between the between the A wave and the C wave. So we'd be looking for a big old A, B, and a C. Go up to minor here. So yeah, that's still where we're at. And of course, that doesn't mean that we can't force a zigzag out of this, but it seems pretty clear to me that this is not a completed zigzag. So I'm still in a macro in the largest sense bear here against EOS to Bitcoin, but it does not mean we do not have months and months of more up. So, all right, boys, that's where we're at for this week. devils, I should say, boys and girls. This is Toot signing out.